You're watching this week's show with Dan and Mike.
This week's show from the vault.
We have elevated one from the vault.
And this one actually was a kind of a two-part bit of success for us because we're going to be rewatching a Breaking Benjamin interview.
They don't happen often.
No.
Not here in the UK.
No. And I thought the one that got really popular was the first time that we had interviewed them. And then going back and doing research for this, I actually remembered it was the first time that we got the vocalist. And we had actually had them the year before at Download, and I think both interviews we're about to check, because as we promised, I haven't watched the interview. I'm going to watch it live as part of this.
It's a watch-along.
It's a watch-along. And yeah, we talk about it in at least one or the other of the interviews. We'll find out which on the watch. Why it took them so long to come to the UK and break ground here. Because I think they'd done it maybe once or twice, possibly.
They don't come away from the States that often.
And there is a very, very, very big reason why, which is not what most people would think it is. So we're going to let this play, and if it's not covered in the interview that we're about to watch, then I will tell you afterwards. But I think it is actually covered because I seem to remember talking directly to him about it. So see if I'm right. This is part of the fun. We've done so many interviews. I can remember if I've embarrassed myself in them, or if we got a scoop that somebody like Blabbermouth put up. But on all of the details, I don't know about you, but I just can't remember things.
Oh, mate, I don't remember interviews we did this summer. So, oh my God, you interviewed so-and-so. I was like, apparently so. You were excited about it. So, yes, I did.
But it comes from doing the type of interviews and the style that we do, is we go to festivals and we try and talk to as many people and give them a little bit of promo if we can. Make sure that you check out the show. That's all on down below. Mike James Rock Show, Mixcloud.
Yeah.
And also I may as well chuck one in before we let the video play, and it's a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Ding!
Done. Right, it's Dan from the Rock Show. We're at Reading Festival. It's actually the last interview for this show, and so we decided to make it a good one.
Oh, thank you.
We've got Breaking Benjamin sat with us.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's been very hot and sweaty. I'm glad that we've managed to get some shade.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm going to ask the standard cringeworthy question. You're looking forward to playing?
Always.
Yeah.
Well, we're here, so we might as well.
How was Leeds for you guys?
It was fun.
Very good time.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys are still sort of doing the outside of America thing, aren't you?
Yeah, this is only our second time in Europe. You know, there's definitely a very, very amazing fan base here for us, considering that we've only ever been here one other time. And so we're just really grateful for that, and for us to have that without really having to do anything but create the music, I think is it's an amazing gift that all the incredible fans out there have been so awesome to give us.
I think it's one of those, like, for myself, I've been a fan right back from Phobia.
Thank you.
And so when I heard you guys were actually coming over, I was like, right, this is happening. I'm going to go see him. And so I imagine there's a lot of people in that sort of situation. What have you guys been up to in the run-up to coming to Reading? Where have you been? What have you been up to?
We started the tour in Russia and have just kind of been working our way west, and we've done Germany and a bunch. Yeah, a bunch. We've been out for almost a month, and we're just now getting around to the UK part, and it's been great. Everywhere we've gone has been absolutely phenomenal.
Do you find that there's any particular era in there that you're set, because it's been this long before you've come over and rolled out to here? Are certain bits going down better, or are you finding that fans are just appreciating the whole back catalogue?
Well, it's kind of like the whole thing, because everywhere we've been, we've only if we have been there before, it was only once. So everywhere that we've gone, we've been really grateful to have like an amazing fan base there.
Yeah.
And we're just really like humbled and very, very grateful that we go play these shows and there's all these people and they all singing the words and stuff. It's really, really cool. And we're just over the moon about it.
So is this going to be a lasting thing for you guys, sort of going around the world?
I think so. Yeah, as long as he wants to get on the boat and come over, if he doesn't mind the boat ride, we'll be over, you know, because it is a long journey over. It's like, it took you, 7 days this time?
Yeah, 7 days it takes for me to get here, and then 7 days to get home. So totally, it's 14 days
just to
get
start
home
work and finish.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a commute.
It is. I do it for the fans. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's one of those things that we're just really grateful to have people here that are so passionate about the band, and it's all for them.
It's an interesting strategy. I mean, you could recommend it to people is don't play for most of your career outside of the US, and then you'll find that you get a massive response when you do. You never know, that could go down.
So that's what I was saying. It's a very unconventional, uncommon way to do it. Usually when a band starts, they do it all at once, and they kind of just are, worldly right off of the bat, and it took like 10 years for us to come here. So it's definitely an unconventional sort of way to do it, and I am just grateful to have the opportunity to be able to come on a ship and come here and play for fans that are here, and it's really really incredible to have the first tour that we did, to have that response without ever being here. So now we're here again because the first time was so incredible for us.
I mean, you've been quite open as to your reasons why it's taken so long, and I think a lot of people actually have sort of appreciated the fact that you've conquered or found a way to conquer what was keeping you in America.
Yeah, I don't fly, so that was pretty much the only reason. So when I found out that there was a ship, because I didn't even really know that there was a ship, and when I found out that there was a ship that runs, fairly regularly, I was like, well, why the hell aren't we doing that? And so as soon as I found out how it could be scheduled at a time when we're like this you can't, I knew that there were ships that went here, but not when we would need to be here to do these kinds of festivals, And so I was like, we got to do that. So that's why. And
Do you fly or do you go?
I'm the only one that takes the ship.
The only one that takes the ship.
I took it last year, and it was really cool. I think we were the youngest people on the boat last year. I think it was different this time from what Ben was telling me, but I do fly. So,
do you come across early and get stuff set up, or
not really early? I think I flew in probably a day and a half before we were scheduled to play.
And then you guys stay grounded whilst you're across this side. And so do you move everywhere by boat in between, like, so the Europe mainland and the UK? Is that by boat?
Yeah, they drive the bus onto a ferry, and to get to everywhere that we need to go, we just take drive the bus right onto a ferry.
I think that's fantastic. I mean, for a fan, there's no bigger sign that you guys actually sort of care. Do you know what I mean?
We definitely do, because it's not about anything but playing for people that want to hear us. It's not. There's no other reason, 100%, no other reason for us to come except for our incredible fans, and to also if new people get into us, that's really cool too, and we're really grateful. And then the next time we come, we'll come for them too. But it's we pay homage to the to not only like the new fans that we make, but to the incredible fans that have supported us through all of these years that we've been together.
Fantastic. What are you guys up to next? I mean, is it back to America for you now that you're done over here?
Yeah, I think we got some tours lined up. We got a new album that is on its way, hopefully soon.
On its way, yeah. No release date.
No release date. That's all on the label.
Okay, fair.
We did our part.
Yeah, the album's done. It's finished. And so it just gets passed to the label, and they'll put it out whenever but on our end, we're done.
And are you dribbling some stuff in the set at the moment, like teasing people with a couple of tracks, or is it all locked down at the moment?
No, just the classic singles, because we got a shorter set today, so I think we're playing a half hour, so we're just going to play all the classic singles.
Smash it out.
Say, here you go, and thanks for coming, and we just like to have a good time and play for the fans, because that's what they want to hear anyways, all their favorite songs.
Well, this is the thing, is over time, as you guys come over here more, you can diversify the set a bit. But at the moment, I really appreciate the fact you guys are going, well, no, if you haven't heard them live, we're going to just give you everything that you want. That's fantastic.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, thank you for taking a couple of minutes, guys. It's been
Thank you for having
awesome.
us.
Thanks for having
we
us.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
Worries. Cheers. I'm getting the same vibe that you did off of last week's From the Vault. Just really liking my appearance when I was younger, like compared to now. Like I remember when I could pull off the big long sweep over and, you know, dirty shave. And I had, do you remember, like 2 flesh plugs? That did not last.
And the lip piercing.
And the massive lip piercing as well. Christ, what a difference. But no,
they were very chatty though, weren't they?
To be honest, I didn't know to begin with if he liked me or not. I remember now feeling that way, but I realised that he's just a reserved person. And it turns out the reason I remember so much about the reason that they didn't come across is because it made up the main part of the interview.
Because he doesn't fly.
He is terrified of flying and was and has been his entire life. I genuinely for years just thought that Breaking Benjamin didn't want to come across. A bit like when we chatted to Godsmack that time,
yes.
At Download, I didn't realise that one of the last times they'd been on the UK was one of my first ever gigs when they supported Metallica.
Okay.
And that they just decided to stay in the US because it worked for them, and that they were reconquering when we had that interview. And Breaking Benjamin had never even done that first one. And bless him, who does know about the boat that crosses the ocean that most people fly across? It's like not common knowledge. But
unless you were in a container, on a container ship or something.
But the fact that as soon as he realised, he was like, no, I need to get across and do the fans. I mean, I get that he's afraid of flying, but that's a hard boat journey. Like that's some boat turbulence.
He did say that, or the year before when they both were on the boat, and they were the youngest ones there. So it's not just a boat. By the sounds of it, it's a proper cruise line.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just get. I imagine they're not doing acoustic sets in the live lounge or something on a boat.
How amazing would it be, though? Ladies
and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you'd like to make your way to the ballroom, we have a special acoustic set.
This is Breaking Benjamin with the Diary of Jane. That genuinely, that's why they started doing 10,000 tons of steel, though, wasn't it? Is there was a niche for putting metalheads on a boat together and just the absurdity of a metal gig on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
But I do love the idea that Breaking Benjamin were just converting loads of retired holiday goers to the sound of them. Because I've got to admit, them not being in the UK put me off the boil of them for a bit. Like them coming over refreshed my love. I caught back up with their discography, and I pay attention to everything they do now. So it did have the effect they wanted.
By the looks of it, another ferry has been booked for 2026 because they have been announced for Nova Rock, which just so happens to be the same weekend as Download Festival.
Clearly, there's no crossover where, you know, if he has to take a boat, he's going to try and play as many big festivals as possible. It can't possibly be that he's playing Download as well.
No, I'd imagine if I dive deeper, you know, they've already been announced for other festivals in Europe. But
that was the first post you found?
Yeah, if they're coming over for Nova Rock in Austria, then I'd imagine they probably wouldn't get the ferry for that. They'd go straight on the Channel Tunnel because it'd be much quicker to go from Austria to Donington on the train
than
it would be on the ferry.
Yeah, and I can't
unless
imagine...
they're not playing Download, they might not at all.
Yeah, they might not need to.
It's the same weekend, and normally that's what happens with these big bands that come over from the States or the Southern Hemisphere. They will then go and do all the festivals in mainland Europe, and then come to the UK and do Download. Because
it was actually Loathe, wasn't it, that kind of gave us a really hefty insight to the schedule when we chilled with them both before and after their set at Boomtown.
Yes.
On the Earache stage, and
we didn't really chill with them after the set because we helped them break the stage down into the back of the truck.
And we also helped them relax a little bit with I think some stuff out of the festival supplies. But no, they had to get into the festival, get set up, maybe have half an hour grounding time, perform, and then it was basically the same. The other side is
set down and get in the van to the next festival in a different country.
Yes, and I'm not saying it's the same for every band, but you've got to love Loathe for the fact that they were doing as much as their road crew were at getting their stuff on and off. Like the band themselves
were tight.
Yeah, throwing stuff on. Shout out to every member of Loathe because you guys are awesome, including the gentleman that was at Boomtown that year, but I believe left the band afterwards under good circumstance.
Yeah, it kind of rings a bell.
And I'm never going to remember his name, but you also, Loathe, had the most genuinely sweet tour manager in the world. that just was doing his absolute best to make sure that you had a good tour. So I imagine that Breaking Benjamin has got the similar thing. Now he knows how to tour, he's probably actually creating quite a nice environment for everybody, because imagine being trapped for like 10 years of your career because you genuinely can't get past something pathological, you know?
But if they are, say for instance, hypothetically they are doing download, then they have to be on such a strict schedule for timing.
Yeah.
Because everyone else will just load out from, say, Nova Rocks in Austria, fly over the Alps, land at Donington.
Exactly, because you can land at Donington, yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of hours flight tops, but if you're going on a coach through the Alps...
Well, they're Friday at Nova Rocks.
Yeah.
Sunday at Download?
Possibly.
Give themselves some
time, but...
We will come back to this once Download does an announcement and see whether or not we're right.
It's incoming at some point soon.
Very soon. We will scrap whatever podcast we have for that week, either like a deep dive or an album club, or the From the Vault, because as soon as Download announces, we're going to have some opinions about it. Because we did the same for Bloodstock, but we could do that literally in the highlight show of Bloodstock because they announced so many bands.
They just said that they've got a very special guest that's going to be on Bloodstock just before Judas Priest.
The Wurzels?
I hope so,
Yeah,
but it hasn't been announced at time of recording. But it's a band that hasn't played there before.
Ooh. But that's my Valentine.
It'd be someone, it's got to be someone pretty big, because everyone's going like, wow, this is going to be special. And someone that hasn't played there before, so it could be Bullet.
Have Lorna?
Yeah. Pretty sure Lorna did a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. So
because we were all trying to get an interview or at least a photo. And
well, I know we did it Download because I chatted to him outside for a couple of minutes about that throat video that he did. But yeah, so no, he was that's a tough one, because Bloodstock generally has booked everybody that you would expect to be at Bloodstock.
I'm sure by the time we record the next podcast, we'll know.
Well, in that case, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to find out whether we like the band that's the surprise announcement at Bloodstock, and whether we were right about Download as well, because the only way that you can keep track is if you subscribe and hit the notification.
That's very true.
Yeah. I think that's probably it for this week. We've got to get into the two that we're doing next week. And as I said many times, make sure you check out our main show in the links below. It's just Mike James Rock Show on Mixcloud is probably the best place. And as this gentleman has said, make sure you check out all of our feature playlists on Spotify, because we keep those up to date as well. We'll see you next time.